All right, yes, the allegations are true. I did build a website using Notion as the CMS, so it's completely free with a custom domain. And let's talk about why it's so easy and how you can do it too. This is the website, and this is the home page. These are all things from the website. So we can see this is the website CMS. We have posts, projects, and tools. And then we can see the featured projects, featured blog posts, and then tools and projects. Everything is queried from Notion. And then if we click on one of these things, I haven't actually filled these with content yet, but we can see that I have sample content that's pulled directly out of, well, not a tool, but it's pulled directly out of the text section in Notion, and it's rendered on this page. How freaking sick is that? And like I said, none of this costs anything. All right, so first up on our list of why this is so easy is the Notion SDK. So if you didn't know, Notion actually has their own API that allows you to use data from their app wherever you want. So it is like an app, like a Todoist app or a productivity or a notes app, but it has all these different queries that you can run to pull data out of the backend. So you can create a database, you can query, you can retrieve, update. You can basically do a shit ton of things. You can actually edit blocks and retrieve blocks from your database using the API. And let me just show you what this actually looks like. This is actually the function that queries the Notion database. So first of all we're taking in is we have a ID for the database, which you just get from the URL. It's super easy. And then we also have a Notion client. So they have a client, which means you don't have to use fetch. You can literally just type everything in and get type safe responses using TypeScript. So you create a new client and then you query that database with your API key. And that's just an integration that you create for Notion. You just type in some info, name it, and then connect it to your database, and you're done. It's extremely easy. And now you can query the database exactly like this. So extracting the data is a little bit more difficult. You have to kind of map things based on you have to extract the actual value. So you see value.title.0.plaintext. It's a little bit complicated, but all this stuff is open source. I'll leave a link to the Git repo down below. So yeah, I mean, essentially that's all you do is you just query the database, and it's super straightforward. You don't have to fetch. You don't have to scrape the website. It's built in, and it's almost like it's built for doing this. Plus, you can host images. So if we look at this data, so we have icons for all of them. We have cover images, and these are just whenever you request it, it generates a link so that it can be displayed on your website, like we were just looking at. See, these images are from the Notion database. I don't have to pay for the storage except for my own, personal Notion account. Okay, the next thing that makes this extremely easy is, Next.js and Vercel. So first of all, if you're not familiar, Next.js is a web framework for building websites, and it uses React to actually kind of render out the UI, and it's extremely easy to use and it's extremely popular. So there's a lot of support. And with Vercel, you get the best hosting for Next.js. It's the easiest to host a Next.js app. It's stupid easy. And then you also get a free plan. I mean, Vercel is free for so much stuff. Let me just show you my account. So this is, I'm not paying anything for Vercel. I'm hosting this project, which makes money. This is my old one that's been up for a long time, and this is the new one that I've just recently deployed. And all of this is free, and you can get analytics without having to pay anything. So I added analytics to this website, which is so easy with Vercel, dude. Look at this. To add analytics, you go npm I Vercel analytics. So you install the analytics, and then you go to your layout and you import analytics, and then you drop it in. That's 3 steps, and they're each literally the easiest thing ever. Then you redeploy, and it works. It's just so smooth. Yeah, it's great. And then the last thing is that building a website, this is the first time I've actually like built a website using Next.js and React and like tried to code it myself instead of using AI for everything. And it was extremely easy. So you'll find it super satisfying to like build everything out into components and kind of like break things apart. It's really fun. Um, but then the cool thing is like when you get stuck, like let's look at back at this Notion database. So O1 and Claude and like the AI, they know a lot about Notion. It seems like it's pretty popular as a CMS. So they did all this stuff for me. I didn't have to figure out how to reach these values. It did it for me. And then O1, the new ChatGPT, wrote all of this stuff. So parse page, this was like how it breaks apart a whole page into this so that we can read it. It wrote this whole thing for me, and the code on the front end that handles I believe it's an array I pass back to the front end. I mean, I'm not 100% sure because the AI wrote this, but that's kind of my point is like, it's so good that the AI can write literally everything. And then, oh, I just quit. And then as an example of how good Cursor AI is. So O1 is really good when you have kind of a technical problem where you're like, I need this thing to have this like outcome, and you need to like make something work. It's a little bit more complicated. O1 excels at that. But if we just want to do a really simple change, so let's go to the home page and let's just say, or actually we'll modify this section. So this section component is what controls this block, these white blocks that everything's sat on. It's like a template for that, right? And then we have a title. But let's say add a shadow to all of the text. So I do Command A to select the whole file, Command K to enter in the, whatever you call this box to help you edit things. And then I just add a prompt, and when I hit enter, it's gonna rewrite this code with the changes that I want. So it's adding a text shadow to the section, and then it's adding a text shadow to everything else. So if we look at this website, and we should actually spin up a local version. So we'll do npm or cd portfolio npx next dev. This will spin up a local development server so we can see the changes we're making to the code in real time. And it's a little bit slow. I need to fix the way data is fetched, I believe. So looking at it right now, okay. And now let's implement these changes. So we'll click Command Enter to accept, and then Command S to save. And we should see everything change. I mean, didn't make that big of a difference, but if you'll believe it, it added these different attributes. It added text, shadows, and all this stuff. So I'm just going to undo that and get rid of this. But it's extremely easy. It's super fun. I definitely recommend kind of learning code, building a personal website. I always wanted to build like a website that would have like all my posts, all my, kind of blog posts put in, as well as all my projects, and then all the tools I like to use because I like talking about tools and kind of showing them off. And Notion is a good way to manage it. You don't have to pay extra, but you can build a bitchin' website, and it's totally free. So I think that's just fucking awesome. Anyways, yeah, this whole project is open source. I will share a link to this if you want to check it out. And yeah, you can clone the repo and hopefully, god damn it, dude, my .m file got pushed. I really need to get rid of that, but hopefully that's not in there when you go to use it.